Things. What up, face social media fam? It's your boy, big brother, little brother. It just depends on the situation. But it's your boy, Noble Alexander in the building. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hopefully, y'all had a wonderful Friday. Okay, mine's as well. First and foremost, before we get into this, we want to open up by first saying Salam Alaikum, Shalom, Hotep, peace and blessings. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. What's up, y'all? It's your boy. We back. I know I've been hitting y'all with a lot of episodes back to back to back. Hey, listen, that's just what it is right now. It's a very important time in American history. Okay. And again, like always, I'm I'm for the people, man. And I speak to people, and this episode is actually motivated by someone who was like, man, you should go live and talk about this. And I kind of feel them because I know people. There's just a lot of people that just still, there's some information that they just quite don't get quite well. And that's okay, because there's not a lot of people bringing light to the situation. They're just leaving the people in darkness and not bringing light to them. You know what I mean? And so, again, your brother, whether I'm your big brother, your little brother, I'm here to bring the light to the people and give some information to help bring some clarity to the situation. So right before we get into this, we just had an election. Donald Trump won, so that might be something that some people, are happy about. That might be a situation where some people are not so excited about, and it's okay. But nonetheless, this is what it is. Just like they said when Biden was elected, same thing when Trump has been elected. The American people have spoken. Okay, the American people have spoken, and it's time to bring it in and be as one country and stop all this divisive rhetoric, because it's really silly. I know too many people who are distancing themselves from their friends, their family, their relatives, and it's quite unfortunate, too many people who are, because it doesn't make any sense to do anything like that. You shouldn't cause friction in your family strictly because of someone didn't vote the way you feel that they should vote. This is America. This is what America stands for. People claim there's democracy here, so allow people to vote for who they vote for. You know what I mean? So hopefully with President-elect Donald Trump, things work out in America's favor. I don't think he did a bad job last time. So, I know there's a lot of fear about women's rights, and which I'm not too clear about that, because I think he made that very clear, and him and Kamala Harris had the same message, which was, it should be a state issue. There might be a slight difference in the terms of as far as when that procedure should be allowed in the stages of a pregnancy. There are some differences there, but no one said that it can't happen. And there's a lot of rhetoric about where this is going to bring out a lot of racism in the country, and there's going to be a lot of Klansmen coming out of the woodworks. And one can also say on the flip side, there's going to be a lot of people that come out of the woodworks that push forth an alternative lifestyle that, a lot of people, what people do in the privacy of their home is one thing, but, there should be boundaries. So, one can say that. So I just think that it's time for the American people to come together and be as one. Remember, this is red, white, and blue. And so we got to stick together, right? So let's get into the topic. The topic of tonight's discussion. I know I said I wasn't going to address any more political issues for a while. I just recently said that in my last episode. I did. And again, I was inspired by an individual to address this topic. And as a matter of fact, you know, I would suggest anybody, if you have a topic that you want me to address, because I'm going to do my homework on that topic, you know, send me a message, you know, bring it forth, and I don't have a problem with addressing that issue if I'm feeling the vibe. I'm going to do my homework first. I'm not going to just talk about something I don't know what I'm talking about. First, I got to do my homework. But if you have an idea of a topic about something that you may or may not want me to, you know, something that you want me to address, go ahead and send me a message. And, you know, who knows that episode might be dedicated to you. Okay. So let's get into the topic. The first where we're going to discuss tonight is the beef with illegal immigration, because there is a beef that I don't think people quite understand what the beef is. And then I want to get into what is a Democrat and a Republican, and what is the ideologies behind both parties, because a lot of people assume. And the biggest mistake that a lot of us make, not we all, but a lot of us make, is we listen to mainstream media, whether it be a left leaning bias platform or a right wing leaning bias platform, and we think we assume that we know what this party is and it's about, when we haven't done the research, you know, or our own personal homework to get an understanding of, you know, what these things typically mean. Okay, so I'm gonna really try to keep this as short as possible tonight. It is Friday. You know, I don't want to be on here all night long. Okay, you know, discussing these things, but especially since I just dropped 2 episodes in a row. And I typically do about 8 episodes a season, and then I go on hiatus. So this will be number 3. That means I'm gonna give y'all 5 more, and then guess what? I'm back on vacation. Y'all gonna miss me for about a month or so, month and a half, maybe 2, and then I'll be back with a new season. All right. But with that being said, let's jump into the topic, right? So, and I do have some information to share, so it won't be just, this is just what I think or what I feel. No, we're not going to do that. When we get to a certain segment in the show, I'm going to read some information to you guys, okay? So with that being said, what is the beef with illegal immigration? And I just want to say keyword illegal. There's nothing wrong with immigration. A lot of people have come here through the process of immigration. But those people have come here and they've been properly vetted. They've been patient. They took their time and they earned the right to come here and be an American citizen. Okay. So that's those who've come here legally through a process. Maybe it took them 5 or 10 years, and they're here legally. They are a qualified citizen. Okay. Whether they have a visa or not, whatever it is, they're here. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with people, you know, leaving another country. Okay. Got me another cigar. Okay. There's nothing wrong with people leaving their country to come to America in search for what they would consider a better lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Not at all. You know, as a matter of fact, I can't even get mad at somebody that wants that. But the problem is when you come here illegally, so you come here on Monday, you have to finish on Monday, and then on Tuesday, you're getting, you know, all of these resources that you're being connected to. Okay. So Somebody might say, well, what is the problem with that? Well, let's go over a couple scenarios of why that could be a problem or why that is a problem. Okay. First and foremost, all of the resources that illegal immigrants take advantage of, whether it be housing, EBT, GR, Medi-Cal, those are all paid for by the taxpayers. The taxpayers, the American citizens, we pay for that because we work, pay our taxes, have money taken out of our W-2. You know, we're self-employed, we got LLCs, and we're paying our money to the IRS, to the whatever state agency is involved, and to have someone that has not paid into that come over here and take advantage of that, that's clearly disrespectful. So those resources should go, if anybody, if they go anywhere, it should be to the American people. So come here for those who have a problem with understanding why that could be an issue. Come here, let me talk to you for a minute. I will slap the sense into you. There should not be a problem with you shouldn't have an issue with people who have an issue with illegal immigration, because again, every resource that illegal, and I'm gonna say keyword, illegal immigrants take advantage of, whether it be housing, the Medi-Cal, the GR, the EBT, all that is funded by the taxpayers. And we still have homeless people here. We still have people here that need these services, our taxpayer dollars could go to them. So to have someone illegally come over here and not have paid into that pot, but then they're able to receive the resources, that's a slap in the face to the American people. So when the American people address this and they want to hear the resolutions to these situations, and when they listen to a candidate, one candidate has a resolution like, no, we're going to cut that off. And then the other candidate is like, well, meaning the candidate running for president, they're like, they always dance around the topic. They don't never answer the question. It's all this word salad shit. Then this is things that turns people off, because the American people are concerned about their money and their safety. And I think that's what people fail to neglect while they are continuing to blame, ethnicities, and it's the blacks' fault, it's the whites' fault, it's the Hispanics' fault, while they're blaming genders. All the men didn't do this, the women didn't do that. The American people have spoken. People are concerned about their money, their resources, and their protection. And you can't blame anybody for that. I don't understand what the problem is when you don't present a better case for that. Okay? What do we have here? Hey, big brother. What's up, Panther Life? What it do? Okay? That's what I'm talking about. That Panther Life. What's going on all day? So you can't get offended when people have a concern. That's a legitimate concern. If that's not a legitimate concern for you, then you know what show this is, right? Come here. Let me talk to you for a minute. I will slap the sense in you. If your protection and your wallet and pocket and how much you spend going to the grocery store, going to the gas station, going to buy clothes, going to pay for bills, if that's not a concern for you, either you're wealthy as fuck or you're just lost and you're a fucking idiot. Okay? Because that should be a concern for you. If your safety is not a concern for you as a man that should be protecting and providing protection for his family, as a woman, as a nurturer who is to nurture the children and bring them up in society, if that's not a concern for you, then I don't know what's wrong with you. because that should be grade A, number one type of concern. It's like safety first, right? I've done construction. I've done many different things. And no matter what I do, from construction to coaching football to doing martial arts, one thing that we always hear about is safety first. So when the American people bring up safety, and that's not really the concern of someone, when you have one candidate consistently addressing safety, and you have another candidate that's salad dressing safety, do you think salad dressing makes a person feel comfortable? I don't freaking think so, right? So let's just stop the bullshit and let's win and lose with dignity in class, right? Okay, so let's cut it out. So going back again to the issue with the immigration, I'm gonna give y'all a scenario. Okay, let's say you have an American citizen and an illegal immigrant. They both apply for GR and EBT and Medi-Cal the same day, right? Let's say the illegal immigrant applies and gets $5,000 in GR and $10,000 in EBT. I'm just making these numbers up. But there's been some people that it's happening though. But I'm still just an example. And they get Medi-Cal. The American citizen gets the same amount. They get $5,000 in general relief assistance, and then they get $10,000 in EBT, and they get Medi-Cal. I'm going to ask you a question. My subscribers and those that's following me or new to the channel, I want you to tell me, and please, and hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, but don't be afraid to respond in the chat, whatever your answer is. I want you to tell me which one of those two is actually benefiting the most. I'm going to give you a couple seconds to think about that. Again, you got two people. One is an American citizen. One is an illegal immigrant. They both get the same amount and everything across the board. They both get $5,000 in GR. They both get $10,000 in EBT, and they both qualify to get on Medi-Cal. But which one of those is actually the clear-cut winner? Go ahead. Think about it for a second. Think about it. Just think about what I just was talking about and what you should know. If you don't know, you should know this. Who is the clear-cut winner? I'm going to give you a few seconds while I relight my cigar that clearly went out. Right? So if you really think about it and you be honest, the winner, some people will say, well, how is there a winner, Noble? How is there a winner between the two? And they both equally getting everything equal across the board. Come here. Bring your little face this way. Come a little closer to the camera. Turn your cheek the other way. Let me help you. I will slap the sense into you. The illegal immigrant is the winner. The illegal immigrant is the clear-cut winner. Now, somebody will say, well, Noble, Alexander, damn it, how is one the winner over the other one when they're both getting the same amount? Did you just hear what I said? Because one potentially, more than likely, at some point, even though they're getting these assistants, they've worked. So that means whatever job they had, whatever amount of taxes that they've had taken out of their check, out of their income, it went into that pot. This mofo ain't done nothing, ain't worked a day over here in their life, ain't had no taxes taken out. So they're just coming over here getting free assistance and free benefits just coming up. So somebody will say, well, I still don't understand that. I still think that they're equal. Okay, come here again. I will slap the sense into you. Let's pretend that, hypothetically speaking, let's just say that a man comes to a woman and he borrows He goes to her perfume and he says, honey, I like this perfume. Let me take it. Let me borrow it for whatever reason. And she say, okay, this is just an example. Let's leave it where it is. Let's not take it, because I know some people that, especially when it's funny how people, when they want to argue with you, they always want to go left and shit instead of staying on topic. I'm telling you to stay on topic right now. Okay. So let's say an individual, that's just hypotheticals. A man is dating a woman. He goes into his woman's room, smells a bottle of perfume, and says, this perfume smells great. Honey, let me get this perfume, right? So she don't argue. She don't get no pushback. She say, okay, fine, take it. Let's say a few months down the line, a year down the line, whatever, her birthday comes around. And that individual takes that bottle of perfume that he took from her some months ago, a year ago, wraps it up, and then presents her with the same bottle of fucking perfume. Like, here, happy birthday. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that an insult? So, in other words, as an American citizen, you should already be qualified for any of this stuff because it's your money in the first place. So when these heathens, these oligarch members, when they sit here and give you stuff that you really paid into, it's really an insult, because they are the ones that took the money out of your check to pay for these funds, and then they give it back to you as if this is somehow a gift to you. That's insulting. And if you don't think that that's insulting, that's all right. That's why you listen to your big brother, your little brother, just depending on the situation, right? Right. I will slap the sense into you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. So, in other words, again, that illegal immigrant is winning all day. They're winning all day. They haven't paid into nothing, and then they're getting the resources. You, as an American citizen that's paid into this pot, and then they're giving you the resources, shit, that's hell. They should give you more. It's your money. Again, that's like taking the perfume from your man or girl and giving it back to them on their birthday, talking about happy birthday. Then you ain't did nothing for them. Okay? It's the same. You see her? You see this? Your mind, it's the same illusion. It's an illusion. It doesn't make sense. Now, also, I don't know if some of y'all know this, but here's another issue. This is real big. I present facts. I don't believe in doing all of the homework for you. You have to live a life of pretending I'm lying or someone else is lying and go doing your own research. Okay? Okay? So pretend I'm lying with the things that I'm about to say next, right? So there's a program that was established by the Democratic Party, that was established by the Biden administration. It's called the Immigration Parolee Program. Okay? The Immigration Parolee Program. Okay, you need to look this up. Google it. Do what you need to do, right? So I'm going to read you some information just so you'll understand what this program is. These are not my words. I'm reading this. What source does this come from? I actually looked this up on Google, and this is what popped up. And I already know about this. I just was trying to get some information for you guys, right? And it says the U.S. government may grant advanced travel authorization to up to 30,000. I'm going to start over. The U.S. government may grant advanced travel authorization to up to 30,000 non-citizens each month to seek parole on a case-by-case basis under the processes for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans. Now, remember, you had a lot of people complaining about Venezuelan gangs coming over here. Okay, now I'm reading. I'm reading it. Due to high interest in these processes, we are updating the review process effective May 17, 2023. Under the new review process, we will randomly select about half of the monthly total of forms, which is I-13 4A online requests to be a supporter and declaration of financial support, regardless of filing date, from the entire pending workload to review. We will review the other half of the monthly total of forms I-13 4A based on when the case was submitted under the first in, first out method, which prioritizes the oldest form I-13 4A for review. Now, for those who don't understand, I need you to understand that America, first of all, what is a parole? Let's just start from the top. Let's start from the top, damn it. I'm tired of fucking around because I just feel like somebody's like, oh, this is bullshit, right? Hold on. What is a parolee? We ain't talking about a probation officer. When a person is paroled? Isn't that somebody that served time in prison? Come here. Let me talk to you for a minute. I will slap the sense into you. Isn't a parolee somebody that spent time in prison? I thought so. So America has a program. America, our country, where we just had an election, has an immigration parolee program that allows parolees, people that just got out of prison, to parole to America. Now, if somebody say, well, what's wrong with that? What do you mean what's wrong with that? First and foremost, most of us have family members that have served time in the penitentiary and that is getting out on parole. I want to ask y'all this. How many parolees are y'all letting stay in your house individually? How many people in your family are you letting parole into your house, letting parole into your apartment? Don't worry, I'll wait. Let me look at the chat. Huh? I don't care if it was 1,000 people watching. Ain't too many people. The only people letting people parole to their house is if a woman is dating a man and that's her dude and vice versa. That's it. Family members ain't even letting family members parole to their house. So why is it okay for America? Why is America allowing people from Nicaragua, Cuba, Hades, Venezuela, they're criminals, people that just got out of prison, parole to America? Why are they allowing that to happen? Ask yourself that question. And if you think I'm lying, pretend I'm lying. Once again, like I always say, pretend I'm just some loudmouth Negro, clearly from LA, South Central, don't know shit. Pretend I'm lying. Do your research. You do the Google work. You do the homework. You read about it. You go online. You do the trips to wherever you got to do. And you find out about this immigration parolee program. And you will find that America will let 30,000 illegal parolee immigrants come into this country every month. Every month. Now ask yourself, why are they doing that? Then on top of that, not only are they letting them into this country, but they just so happen They just so happen to allow these individuals to go to places where we call battleground states for the election. What are battleground states? Those are the places where it's like it's a toss-up. The Electoral College could go red or blue. It's a toss-up because you got a lot of people that are Republicans and Democrats. It's a toss-up because you got a lot of people voting for Trump or Harris, or they voting a Democrat or Republican. So why would they send a lot of those illegal immigrants to those places? Because why? Because we're going to get into the difference between the Republican Party and Democratic Party in a minute. But one thing's for sure that everybody should have at least the common sense to know, that the Republicans are not for illegal immigrants coming over here. They're not for that. That's them Democrats. They're for that shit. I'm not trying to bash Democrats for that. I'm just being honest. Everybody should be honest. The Democrats are about letting illegal immigrants come over here. The Republicans are not. Why do you think Trump is like, yeah, I'm about to show y'all the largest deportation process you ever seen in American history? Because they've let 30,000 people come over here per month. So let's do the math. If you take 30,000 people times 12, that's 360,000 people a year. Times 4, because again, this was the Biden-Harris initiative. So let's do 360 times 4, because you get 4 years to be, being a president, right? So 360 times 4 gives us 1.4 million illegal immigrants, right? And that's just on the nice side of it. That's just on the nice side of it, because there's more than that, because there's reports, which is true if done on homework, that when they start shutting it down, they start flying them in. When they start shutting the border down, they start flying the people in. Do your homework. Do your homework. Now, you would have to say, why would they do that? What you mean, why would they do that? The math is mathing. Because now, not only do you get cheap labor, and the Democrats are the ones that had a problem with, and I'm not bashing Democrats, I'm just being real. Remember, they wanted they wanted you to have an ID. Remember, they wanted you to have an ID to validate your ballot and stuff. And I know out here in California, it's against the law to ask a person to show their ID. It's against the law to ask a person to show their ID. So that means that anybody with a ballot can just vote. Okay? So therefore, if you get a gang of illegal immigrants that qualify for an ID and some other social service programs, and if they happen to sign up for certain stuff, they can get mail, they can receive a ballot or someone else's ballot. And naturally, who are they going to vote for? They're not going to vote for the Republicans, because the Republicans don't want them over here. There's only one party in particular that wanted all them illegal immigrants over here, and that is what they call the left-wing, liberal, Democratic representatives, okay? Not bashing Democrats, but this is just facts. You can't argue facts. You can't argue, well, you just know. Pretend I'm lying. Look this up yourself. This is facts, okay? Let me check the chat. 100. Oh, really? Okay, salute. Greetings, Noble. What's up? What's up? Yeah. Okay, so we here in the building. But this is just facts. You can't get mad at that. You can't get mad at people for wanting to protect the border. I just read y'all the information about the parole program, the immigration parolee program. I told you, we all know what a parolee is. A parolee is somebody that spent time in prison. Okay, we know this. So if you won't let your own relatives parole to your house, Why would you let parolees from Nicaragua, Venezuela, Haiti, Cuba parole here to the U.S.? And I'm not mad at people that come from Nicaragua, Venezuela, Haiti, and Cuba. I'm not mad. I don't have an issue with those people. I don't. They got a lot of people down there that look just like me. You know, we just speak a different dialect. But I don't have an issue with those people. But when we talking about the American process, I, as a person that likes to travel out of the country, I can't go to Mexico and just vote for their president. I can't go to Nicaragua and vote for their president. I can't go to Venezuela and put in my opinion for who I feel should be president, or Haiti. I can't do that. So why are those people allowed to come here and do it and interfere in our election? So personally, I feel like that's election interference. What's going on, brother? I see you. Thank you very much. Salute. I mean, I'm not. This is not about bashing. This is about addressing an issue that I feel people overlook. The first part of this discussion, and we're talking about the beef with illegal immigration. Like, I don't understand why that's a problem. Why certain people tend to overlook that and not think that other people don't have a concern about that. People are concerned. What they're doing in Ohio, Chicago, Colorado, with all those Venezuelan gangs coming over there trying to take over. It's people in Chicago right now. All those Chicago gangs that are American citizens, they may be gangbangers. And any natural person shouldn't be somebody that's out there representing gangbanging. But I'm saying right now, they're bringing all the gangs together. Like them gangs is coming together to smash on these illegal immigrants because they tired of that shit. Because they really coming in their communities and they've been supplied with guns. So you gotta ask yourself, where y'all getting this firepower from? You gotta ask yourself, where are they getting this from? And so you got gangs that have never even thought about coming together in the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years, or even ever, are like, look, bro, ceasefire with us. We finna come together. We finna smash on these illegal immigrants because they coming over here doing too damn much. And I can't say I'm mad at them. I can't say I'm mad at them. You have American citizens that can't afford rent. We got homelessness in America. Half of the homeless population in America, or close to half of it, is military veterans. I know for a fact because I work in the social service industry. I've done street outreach for years. And a lot of the times when I'm running across homeless people, a great percentage of those people that I'm trying to connect to resources, that I'm trying to build them up from the ground floor all the way to the top, as I'm trying to build them up, a lot of those people are military veterans. And it is a goddamn shame that America would take billions of dollars and invest that money into some illegal, not legal immigrants, illegal immigrants, fucking parolees that have committed crimes in another country, selling dope, mass murder, sexual assault, you name it, drug selling, and they're paroling to America, and America has the nerve to spend billions of dollars on these people, but we can't spend that money right here. And you're surprised that when the election took place, that you saw the results of what you saw? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come here. I will slap the sense into you. Come on, y'all. It's not rocket science, man. It's not rocket science, man. You got people right now who have went to town hall meetings complaining about illegal immigration. You have people right now who've been a part of Senate hearings testifying, talking about how their little girl, their little son was sexually assaulted and unalived by people from Venezuela, people from wherever. Again, they're already criminals and they coming over here. Maybe it wouldn't be as bad if the American government ran by, as of right now, by, unfortunately, not bashing, but keeping it real, the Democrats, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if they allowed, the best of those other country people to come over here. They're scientists, they're teachers, they're construction workers, people that are outstanding citizens. That they made a program for them to come over here and learn the American way and become a part of what we doing and get down how we get down. And maybe it wouldn't have been a problem, but no, y'all want to go get the killers, the drug dealers, there's people that's some sexual assaulting people, and you think it's a game, and then they come over here and commit these same crimes, and you wonder why you saw the results that you did. And then you get offended, and you start blaming other genders. You start blaming other ethnicities. It is ridiculous. The reason why the Democrats lost is because the Democrats lost because they did a piss poor job at allowing the American people, ensuring the American people that they will secure the borders and that their pockets, you'll have more money in your pockets, because right now people's pockets is touching. Come here. Yeah, I will slap the sense in you. Through this administration, we've dealt with the mandates that took money out of people's pockets. Then when people started going back to work, high inflation, so our pockets is touching. You can't get mad at that. People are frustrated, bro. Their pockets is touching and they don't feel safe, and you wonder why they like, oh hell no, we getting rid of y'all. You didn't ensure these people that hey, we're gonna get rid of this inflation, price of milk, price of gas, price of electricity, your car insurance, all this is gonna be cheaper, and we're gonna secure the borders. You didn't do that. What you did was you brought Megan Thee Stallion out, you brought Cardi B out, you brought Beyonce out. You had half of them twerking. You had Cardi B come. She can't even speak proper English. Can't even pronounce her E's and her R's. Speaking to people that is very insulting, because you brought these people as if this is how you supposed to relate to people, especially so-called black people, when you have so many black intellectuals that you could have brought forth that were Democrats. So many black intellectuals that could pronounce their E's and their R's and have excellent diction with their English. And you brought people that's in here twerking, half naked, can't barely talk. You insulted people, and you wonder why you lost. You wonder why you lost. So at this point, if you don't understand the beef with illegal immigration at this point, I don't know what to tell you, because I just laid it out for you. The taxpayers, we're paying for these resources that they come in here and take advantage of. And also, don't you know that as a landowner, apartment building owner, when you allow these illegal immigrants to come over and they're a part of these programs, don't you know that them landlords is getting paid for that? Mm-hmm. Come here. Them landlords is getting paid for that. So we have a lot of people who you could say that they're traitors to the American people, but at the same time, you starve people out so much, and then you tell somebody, hey, if you got American citizens here, all you gonna get is your rent. But if you get these American citizens up out of here and raise the rent, then they can't afford it, and you bring in some illegals, we'll pay your rent for you. How much you want for your 2-bedroom? You were just charging somebody for their 2-bedroom $1,800. You got rid of them. Now you let the illegals in. Now guess what? It's $3,600. What you think the landlord gonna do? He gonna take $1,800 or $3,600, especially when he's starving. What you think he gonna do? He gonna take, and even if he ain't starving, he gets greedy as fuck, because it's capitalism. What you think he gonna do? He gonna take that $3,600. Paid for by who? The taxpayers. So let's stop acting like illegal immigration is not a factor. Let's stop acting like it doesn't matter. People are concerned about the border. Let's stop it. They are, and as they should be. Okay, as they should be. Okay, so hopefully you got that straight now. Okay, so cut the bullshit. Nobody want to hear that shit no more. I would not leave my personal house unlocked. I will not. I'm going to lock my doors and secure my household. Okay. And if I'm dating a woman and got a woman over, right? If she sees the security, she should feel secure. If I got a lady come through here and I don't lock my doors, I'm leaving the windows open, I'm leaving my door unlocked and probably half open, should nobody want to come over here? My kids shouldn't want to come over. No, whoever I'm dating shouldn't want to come over. They should be like, oh, hell no. It ain't safe. You going to get me unalived. Okay? We're done? We're done. All right, then. God damn. Some people just promise you. I'll be all on social media. It'll be a trip. I'm like, damn, y'all really act like y'all just don't get that part. Like, how? It ain't rocket science. So, moving on. As I said, I wanted to address what is a Republican and what is a Democrat, because I know for a fact it's not enough people that do their homework to understand what is a Democrat, what is a Republican. We assume that we know. I bet you any type of money, if you ask somebody what is a Republican, their answer is going to be Donald Trump. Like, and it's going to be like, oh my God, what did you say? I said, what is a Republican? Oh, Donald Trump, come here. I will slap the sense in you. I didn't say who is a Republican. I said, what is a Republican? You ask most people, what is a Democrat? Kamala Harris. Same thing. Come here. Let me talk to you for a minute, because I did not ask your silly ass. I will slap the sense in you. I didn't ask you who was a Democrat. I said, what is a Democrat? Do you understand the difference in the language that I'm speaking? Do you, like they say, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Are you not listening? Have a listening ear. What is a Democrat? What is a Republican? We got to know these things, because we fight and get mad at stuff, and you can't get mad at people for the side that they want to lean on. If they're liberal, they're liberal. If they're conservative, they're conservative. If they pursue a Democratic point of view, let them do it. If they can pursue a Republican point of view, let them do that. What are you talking about? Because after all, America is a republic that practices democracy. So it's like like a democratic republic. So what is the issue? So let's start with a Democrat. What is a Democrat? Right now, I'm gonna start reading, so I don't want y'all to think that I'm just making this stuff up. Okay, so just bear with me. A Democrat, as in socialist. There's that word, socialist. What do you mean as in socialist? Well, you had to have watched my last episode that I just did when I had on my Dodger jersey. I just went over government structures, and there was I talked about systems. Socialism is a government, one of the forms of a government system. Okay, why would they associate being a Democrat as in a socialist? Because they're left-wing ideology. Some people say, well, what is this left wing? What is this right wing? Remember, America, what is America's symbol? It's an eagle, right? It's an eagle, right? So when you're left wing or right wing, those are you got the left wing of the bird, you got the right wing of the bird, but you just want to know this, it's still the same bird. Left wing or not, it's still the same bird. All right, so as a Democrat, noun, as in socialist, one who advocates or practices social equality. A true Democrat, he has always abhorred the nation's class system. This is a Democrat, right? So remember, they got the mule. So if y'all see the elephant with the mule is the Democrats, okay? That's who, when y'all see mules, that's representing the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is generally associated with more progressive policies. It supports social and economic equality, favoring greater government intervention. Okay, listen, I'm going to start over. Listen very carefully. The Democratic Party is generally associated with more progressive policies. It supports social and economic equality, favoring greater government intervention in the economy, but opposing government involvement in the private, non-economic affairs of citizens. Democrats advocate for the social rights of minorities, and they support a safety net for individuals, backing various social welfare programs. That's socialist, see? Including Medicaid and food aid. So this is why when you might hear Republicans want to get rid of EBT, they have a different philosophy about that. The Democrats want you to, they like, nah, we'll give you social service program, be on GR, be on get Medicare, get EBT. But remember, like I told you in that last episode, there's a cap on that. That's why if you make a certain amount, you can't qualify for GR and EBT. They want you to be under this cap, okay? So they can, so in other words, like I said last time, my last video, if you're somebody that's a lifelong, been on EBT and GR 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you're not somebody that's well-traveled. You don't have no money to travel. You're not somebody that goes to the top colleges for education. You don't have no money for it, okay? You're not somebody that's going to live in Palos Verdes. You can't afford it. Okay, you're going to live in the most lowest income properties. You're going to live in the hood. You're going to live in the what they call the ghetto. You're going to live in the projects. You're going to be on Section 8, $35 a month for rent. You see what I'm saying? That's those programs, and they want you to stay there. Okay? Remember, as I said, I'm going to back up a little bit. It said it supports social and economic equality, favoring government intervention in the economy, but opposing government involvement in the private, non-economic affairs of citizens. So, in other words, they don't really support you having your own business and shit. They want you to come, give you a salary, work your 9 to 5. They want to dictate to you when to come, when to go, when to take your lunch break, how long, how much you want to get. Oh, you want to raise? We'll give you 50 cents more, $1 more on your raise. They don't really support independence of people that start their own business, have their own LLCs, self-employed. They're not for that. So this is why it shouldn't be a surprise when those mandates came around with that jab and that needle. Remember, they mandated it. Remember, they was trying to make it like, no, if you don't take the mandate, you're going to lose your job. If you don't take the mandate, you can't go to any sports game. If you don't take you don't take this jab, then you can't go to the restaurant. That's how they get down. That's government big brother, like they call it government big brother. That's government intervention. They want to be able to dictate to you because that's the socialist ideology. That's why they always tell you we want equality across the board. Man, I was just reading it. Equality across the board. You don't have to pay for education. You don't have to pay for healthcare, and you don't have to pay for your housing. Yeah, but again, like I described in my last video, if you take $100 bill, the oligarchs are going to take 90% of that money. So they're going to take $90, and then the other 10%, they're going to split that evenly amongst the people and then say it's even across the board while they ran away with 90% of the goddamn $100 bill. Okay? That's how that go. Not trying to bash. Just, I'm reading it. It's facts. It's facts. Y'all should know because we just lived it, right? All right, then. Stop. Ain't no arguing. The truth hurts, but it'll set you free. Okay? Where I leave off that. To fund these programs and other incentives, Democrats often endorse a progressive tax. In addition, Democrats support environmental protection, gun control, less strict immigration laws, and work rights. See? So I just read it. So they are the ones who will allow all these illegal immigrants to come over here. They are the ones that established the immigration parolee program. You got to look this up. They're the ones who that's their policy. That's not the Republicans. Why you think Donald Trump, as a Republican, said as soon as he sit down, his first executive order, all y'all getting up out of here. That was it. He said that's one of the first things he gonna do, and I know he ain't lying. Some people say it's racist. I don't think that it's racist. Me personally, listen, we got to take care of our own. Don't come up to me asking me for $1 if I barely got 50 cents. I can't give you $1 if I barely got 50 cents. I got to take care of me first. So if you want me to help you, let me get a few dollars up under me first. Let me take care of all my family members and American citizens first. Get all these homeless people off the street. Get all these veterans that deserve our support because they are the ones who went and served and put their life on the line for this country. Let's get them taken care of first. And then if we have a little something left over, we don't mind helping legal immigration. But your ass hitting the gate, coming over here, hitting the gate on Monday, coming over here on Tuesday, taking advantage of taxpayers' funding, we're not having it. Come here. I'll slap the sense in you. We're not having it. Okay? Why is the Democratic Party associated with the color blue? The idea of using colors to denote political parties was popularized by TV news broadcasts which used color code maps during presidential elections. So y'all see the blue and the red and all that stuff, right? However, there was a uniformity in color choices with different media outlets using different colors. Some followed the British tradition using blue for conservatives, using blue, and for conservatives, Republicans, red, and for liberals and Democrats, they use blue. However, during the 2000 U.S. president election and the lengthy battle to determine the winner, prominent news sources denoted Republicans as red, Democrats as blue, and these associations have persisted. So this is why when we're looking at the election results and you looking at who won what country, what state, and this is why it's colored in blue and it's colored in red. All right, this is why. So again, this is facts. This is facts. Okay. How is the Democrat Party different from the Republican Party? Democrats are generally considered liberal, while Republicans are seen as conservative. The Democratic Party typically supports a large government role in economic issues, backing regulations, mandates, and social welfare programs, EBT, Medicaid. The Republicans, however, typically want a smaller government, meaning forget all that mandate stuff, it's your choice, that is less involved in the economy. This contrary view on the size of government is reflected in their position on taxes. Democrats favor a progressive tax to finance government's expanded role, while Republicans support lower taxes for all. However, Republicans do support a large budget for the military, and they often aggressively pursue U.S. national security interests, even if that means acting unilaterally. Okay? So, and if you notice, there's a lot of military personnel who go Republican because they represent the Republican. Remember, as a military personnel, you take an oath as an Army veteran, a Marine, the Navy, U.S. Coast Guard, Air Force. You swear to protect the Republic, which is the Republic, and you're big about the Constitution. So you can't get you can't get mad at that, and so therefore we brag about being the number one superpower, where you can't be the number one superpower without having the number one army. You got to have the biggest gun. So Americans, especially American whites, you know what I'm saying, because of the history. I'm not trying to make this racial, but you got to understand that we believe in having the biggest, being the biggest, baddest mofo, whatever it is, whether it's sports, it's Cobra Kai mode, no mercy. We're here to kick your ass. We want to be the biggest and the baddest. You want to have the biggest gun, the baddest military, because we got all these other countries to defend ourselves from. Clearly, people that want to destroy this great nation. And so we got to have some badass weaponry. We got to have some badass soldiers. That's why we got Navy SEALs, Green Berets, all Delta forces, all these special ops people, our Army Rangers, our Navy, again, our Navy, our Coast Guard, our Air Force. Now they got Space Force. This is why sometimes people get mad, like, man, we spending too much money on the military. And that's when you do have to check the Republicans, like, hey, yo, bro, we spending too much money on the military, man. Slow that shit down. But at the same time, if you want to be the biggest, baddest mofo on the block, what Show Enough say? I'm the biggest, baddest mofo in town. Show Enough. So if you want to be Show Enough in the world, you got to spend Show Enough money. Come here. I will slap the sense in you. This ain't about favoring one or the other. This is just facts. This ain't about bashing one over. No. We're not doing none of that tonight. We are spitting facts, and that's it, and that's all. If you can't handle it, that I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, because this is facts right here. Okay, this is facts. All right. So now let's get into a Republican. All right. What is a Republican? Okay, I'm reading now, because I can spit this, but I want people to understand, when you do your homework, and it's okay to read. I know we live in a time we don't like to read. It's okay. It's okay to read. There's nothing wrong with reading. I think reading is good exercise for your brain, because your brain is a muscle. All right. A Republican, a form of government, constitution belonging to or characteristic of a republic, a person advocating or supporting Republican government. Those who favored the continuance of the republic made every effort to defeat the monarchists and to have Republicans elected in their place. So what does that mean? Remember when we had that when America got its independence from Britain? Britain is not a republic or a democracy. Their whole government structure is a monarch. That's why they have a king or a queen. Remember, Queen Elizabeth just died. That's a monarchy. So when they had to fight over here, quote unquote, according to history, when they had to fight over here, we decided that we were not going to have a monarch, that we wanted what we had. We wanted a constitution. That's why we have constitutional rights. That's why you got the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third, Fourth, Fifth. That's what this stuff is, the Articles of Confederation. Okay, then you got the amendments. Okay, so this is what this is, and this is what governs this land. We don't go by monarch. A monarch has a king and a queen, and then when they die, the people in their bloodline takes over. We don't do that over here. Okay, that's why we have a president, vice president. We do it different. All right. Also, it says, remember, a member or supporter of the Republican Party. So now remember, the Republicans, they're the elephant. Okay, so the Republican Party is a political party in the United States founded in 1854. The party's first elected U.S. president was Abraham Lincoln, who took office in 1861. What does the Republican Party stand for? The Republican Party traces its roots to 1850, when anti-slavery leaders joined forces to oppose the extension of slavery into the Kansas-Nebraska territories. So you got to understand this. I know a lot of people like to associate the Republican Party with racism, but you got to know that the Republicans are the party that they are the ones that killed off slavery. That's the party that killed off slavery. That's the party that stood against slavery. Unfortunately, not trying to bash, Y'all heard of the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan? Well, guess what party they came out of? Guess who founded the Ku Klux Klan? The people we just got through from talking about, the Democratic Party. They did that. Do your homework. Pretend I'm lying. Pretend I'm just making up shit. If I'm lying, go on my Facebook page and be like, no, but use a damn lie. Here go the facts right here. Here go the receipts right here. And I don't mind you doing it, but just make sure they real receipts and not some bullshit. Okay? Bust me out. Because I do my homework. I'm doing it right now by reading y'all shit I've researched, and here it goes. I'm showing you. Okay? Today's Republicans advocate reduced taxes as a means of stimulating the economy, advancing individual economic freedom. Remember I told you? Remember we just read? The Democrats are about government control. They're about the mandates and having all of these rules about all that shit. The Republicans is not. They want you to be, look, again, advancing individual economic freedom. So they want you to start your own business. They want you to own a house. Hell, start as many businesses as you want, and hopefully they're all successful, and buy up as much land as property as you want. That's what the Republican Party is about. That's what they stand for. Okay, that's why they were against the mandates. They were against it. And they generally support conservative social policies. So what does that mean? Remember, the Democrats are about social service programs. The Republicans are about a conservative social program. So what does that mean? The Democrats, okay, let me say this. There's nothing wrong with having a program to assist people that may need a helping hand. That's great. That's a great American value. No doubt about it. But the Democrats will allow a person to be on EBT and GR Medi-Cal their whole life. From the time they're able to, by age, they're eligible to get on it until they die. The Republicans ain't for that. The Republicans is like, look, man, you can't spend your whole life on this, okay? We got too many people that are in need assistance. They homeless. We need to feed them. We'll give you a couple of years, but get your ass off of this shit, okay? That's the conservative point of view. And in fact, a lot of conservatives want to get rid of it. So there's pros and cons to it. So to everything on both sides, right? So the Democrats will feed into the fact, like, see, they racist. They just want you to get you off of it and have you homeless. And that's not what it is. The Republicans is like, no, we want you to learn how to be independent, learn how to stick up for yourself, learn how to provide for yourself, learn how to be a functional individual in society. Why would you limit yourself to getting $200 and something a month, $300 and something in food stamps when you can start your own business, be self-employed, be an independent contractor? Don't you want to travel? Don't you want to see the world? Don't you want to buy that house for sale on Malibu one day? Well, you can do that if you participate in capitalism. You can do that if you follow the path that we have set up for you. Now, if that ain't what you want to do and you committed to just being at a certain level, very low level of life, and you're content with that, then going with the Democrat side, that's cool with you then, because you ain't trying to buy no house in Malibu. You don't want no Lamborghini. You don't want to travel the world. You just want somebody to pay for your education for free, your health care for free, and your room and board for free. And they'll do it, but it's just not going to be the best. You ain't going to get the best health care. You ain't going to get the best house or apartment. You see what I'm saying? and everything going to be low. All right? So let me keep going. Republicans also tend to oppose extensive government regulations of the economy, government-funded social programs, and affirmative action. I told you. See? Didn't I just say that? Now, some people might say, well, no, what about them opposing affirmative action? That's racist. Well, hold on. They feel like they don't want you to get the job just because you're black, or just because you're a woman, or just because you're a male. They feel like you should get the job because you're the most qualified for the job, regardless of whether you black, white, yellow, purple, blue, pink, gray. Regardless as if you a male or a female. If you are the best qualified person for the job, that's who we want to get the job. Okay? It ain't about none of that. But when you not aware of certain things and you let people play these political games with your mind and your heart, it's easy to get caught up into this shit like, oh, they don't like black people. And it's like, no, it's not that they don't like black people. They just tired of this DIE shit, that diversion, what is it? Diversion, inclusive, diversion, equality, inclusive stuff. So again, other words, they don't want you to get the job just because you black, or you gotta, everybody here is Hispanic, so you gotta bring in 2 black people. They don't believe in that. They like, look, if everybody here is Hispanic and they got it, and if they qualified, let them have it. Whoever else want it, they better earn that shit. You got to earn it, but we're not going to give it to you just because of your skin color, just because of your gender. No, if you are qualified, you should have it based upon that, not of anything else. And some people have a problem with it. Some people don't. Me personally, I like to earn mine. I'm a warrior. I'm like, I do combat sports, so I like to earn my keep. I don't have a problem with being the best and being in a position because I'm the true champion, because I work my ass off and I done put myself in a position to earn this shit. I don't want the handouts. That's just me personally. That's why I don't use people. I'm not into using people or getting over on people, because me personally, when I size my life up, I want to be able to say, I got that, I earned that because I did that. I put in the work for that, not because I took advantage of somebody or taking advantage of a system or manipulating something. Like, I personally don't feel comfortable like that. As somebody, me personally, as somebody that, again, that participates in combat sports, if me and you got a fight schedule, I want to fight you at your best. I don't want to fight you and you really not qualified to be here. You're injured. You've been going through a lot mentally, so you didn't properly train. I want you at your best. When you ain't got no injuries, there's no mental nothing going on. So when I do beat you, I know for a fact I'm the true champion. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. So going back to Republican, regarding foreign policy, here we go. The Republican Party traditionally has supported a strong national defense and the aggressive pursuit of U.S. national security interests. So again, you can't get mad when Republicans is like, hell no, we finna lock this border down. There's too many of y'all over here. You're messing up our economy. You're taking jobs from normal people. Why? Because of you weirdos over here knowing damn well it costs $20,000 to get this done. And that's how much you have to pay an American citizen, but you're going to let these starving people come over here and do it for $10,000. That's not cool. So we not for that. That's what they own. Republican Party tradition has supported a strong national defense and the aggressive pursuit of U.S. national security interests. Republicans also do support states' rights against the power of the federal government in most cases. So again, going back to that procedure that women was talking about, what did Trump say? Even Kamala Harris started saying it. It's not, they want to make it a state right. And that's right, because every state is sovereign in their own right. So in this state, it might be legal, but in that state, it might be illegal. The federal government ain't got no business telling neither one of these states what to do. And some people might say, well, that's not fair. It is fair because those procedures are funded by taxpayers' dollars. So how the fuck is the government going to tell the state of California, who got all these taxes taken out of these people's checks, and taxing them again when they go to the grocery store to buy something as if they ain't already been taxed, and taxing them for parking, and taxing them for this, and taxing them for that? So all of that money, the state should have a say-so on what they want their funds to go to. That's what Trump was talking about, and even Kamala Harris started saying that shit too. But they kept playing this game like, oh, they want to take away your right as a woman and this, that, and the other. And that was never even the case. And y'all gonna see he is not finna sit up here and take away that right. No, he is not. How much you want to bet? And if he do, jump on my page and be like, no, I told you. You was wrong. He did take away the right. Now you can't go nowhere in America and have have that procedure. When that happens, come on my Facebook page and talk all the shit you want. Until then, hush your mouth. Okay? So we came on here tonight just to help people get an understanding. That's all. It wasn't about bashing. You just got to know the difference. The Republican stuff, that's what they call right wing. The Democratic Party is what they call left-wing ideology. You got the left wing, you got the right wing. But like I said earlier, they both are part of the same bird. So keep that in mind. Don't get emotional. Don't let them trick you. Because they want to play with you and fool you and have you hating your mama, hating your daddy, hating your kids, hating your neighbor, hating your co-workers because you won or lost the election. At the end of the day, one thing I can tell you this. You know, Nancy Pelosi, all that shit she talked about Trump, her kids go to the same school as Trump's grandkids. They all go to the same country clubs. They all go to the same golf courses. They all go to the same restaurants and hangout spots. They damn near all been to Diddy's house. They damn near all been to Epstein Island. You better stop playing. Be smart and wake up. Don't get it twisted. It ain't like they going to all these different schools. No. They all calling each other, going to the same school, the same parent conferences, eating at the same restaurant, having the same people come perform at their job and house and concert. They all doing the same shit. They are. And realistically, I'm going to tell y'all like this. It ain't even about racism. It's about classism. This is about classism. That racism is just another barrier to keep you confused, to keep you in the loop, because this is all about tricking the people. Because you got to understand, all of these people are public servants. Every last one of them. The police, public servants. The governor, public servant. The senator, public servant. The city councilmen are public servants. The vice president, public servant. The president, public servant. They work for us. They work for the people, by the people, of the people. But we have lost that ideal. We've lost that acknowledgement. And we really look at them like they're over us. And we let them set rules and regulations for us that none of us showed up at the meeting for. None of us voted for a mandate, but then they'll wake up the next day and tell you, you got to have this jab or you're going to lose your job. Who was at that meeting? Who voted for that? But some oligarchy motherfucker. Who voted for that? Remember, all of the people that own Pfizer, Moderna, them they little nephews. When you got that type of power and you living in that type of circle, y'all all related. Y'all all hang out together. So the president of Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, you don't think that they personally know Trump, Pelosi, and whoever else? They know them personally, okay? They know them personally. They know J.D. Vance personally. They know Kamala Harris and Obama personally. You know what I'm saying? They go to each other's houses and have Christmas and Thanksgiving together and talk about how they're going to get the people to do this and not do that. They do all of this shit together. They just start opposing each other when that money get involved and that power, because that's how you know they're not genuine, because they start turning on each other. They start stabbing each other in the back. They start playing politics. They start exposing each other for everybody's skeletons in their closet. Oh yeah, you know, because you know the devil will turn on you now. You know that money or power make you trip out. So now you want to be the president, they want to be the president. So he like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell your wife you was cheating. And then he like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna tell the people you were undercover brother. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna tell the people that you sold us out to Russia. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna tell the people you sold us out to China. But they all bullshit. And we sitting up here fighting and I ain't getting the law. Don't talk to me. I hate you. It's your son, your daughter, your cousin, your uncle, your best friend, your neighbor, your co-worker. You don't even want to talk to the motherfucker no more. That shit is retarded. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You think they doing all that? I mean, now because the money and the greed has penetrated America so deep that we lost our moral compass. So yeah, now they do it. But shit. Other than that, hell no, man. Again, they all go to the same country club. Their kids go to the same school. They all eat at the same restaurants. They take pictures together. I done posted videos of Trump in some of my last videos, Trump talking about how he loves Hillary Clinton. And you would think he hates Hillary Clinton. But this was years ago. Maybe things have changed. But I'm just saying, like he said, I know Hillary Clinton very well. I have a lot of respect for Hillary Clinton. During that whole campaign, how many times did y'all hear Trump call Kamala Harris comrade? Comrade Harris, comrade Harris, comrade Harris. What is a comrade? What is a comrade? Look it up. I'm not going to tell you. Look, it ain't my job to do everything for you. I'll give you enough so you can start waking up, get your pineal gland, your mind open up. But from there, you got to start doing this shit on your own and start having enough sense about yourself. So when you are talking to your friends, you are talking to your relatives, your neighbors, your co-workers, or whoever you talking to, you can slap the sense in them and be like, well, Trump don't do this and Kamala Harris don't do that. You can be like, come here. I'll slap the sense in you. Let me tell you something. Nah, he ain't gonna do that. He didn't say that. She didn't say this. She didn't do that. No. You're misinformed. Stop it. Cut it out. Stop cap. The cap is heavy and it's real. All right? The cap is heavy and it's real. So with that being said, I love y'all, man. You know, this is 3. This is episode 3. I got 5 more for y'all. I like to do 8 a season, and then I'll be on hiatus. I got to take my break and step back because the social media shit, it gets intense. And, you know, I like to do my homework, and, you know, I'll be going back and forth a lot, and, you know, it gets intense. And I'm not somebody that wants to get overly consumed in this shit. I know when I'm at that point, it's like, nope, I don't want it to. I do it because it can't become my life. Some motherfuckers, this their life. This is what they do. That's why I say I don't care. I don't care about the views. I don't care about the money. I'm just gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Because I enjoy it, but I'm never gonna let this overtake me. Not me personally. And I'm not mad at anybody else that do it. I'm just saying, for me, Noble Alexander, I'm going to always give y'all some work, take a break, give y'all some work, take a break, give y'all some work, take a break. All right. So it's Friday night. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. Hit the like button, man. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share. Okay. If you're new to the platform, subscribe to the channel. You know, share the information. There's a lot of people who could have got a lot of information out of this tonight. Share it, okay? Don't be afraid. Share it. Even if you're afraid, like, well, I don't want them to think that I feel this way. Just share the shit and you can play it off. Be like, look at this fool. Look at this idiot. You know what I'm saying? But you really like, no, that's just some truth. You know what I mean? But with that being said, I love y'all. Take care. Peace and blessings. Your boy Noble Alexander is out of here.